This is week 2 of YCADA's Top 5. I'm so happy you're here, and let's just dive right into it. As most of you know, I'm Katey from YCADA. I am your host of YCADA's Top 5. So let's go. Let's dive into it. This week, we are going to give you the top 5 ways to run a successful practice from your home. All right? So now, we know that many of you are unable to actually begin practicing for this upcoming season, but we also know that there's been a great amount of interest on how to fulfill and finish this current season. A lot of you guys just didn't want to have to throw in the towel and wanted to finish the season properly for your kids. So I have put together a couple of ways to successfully do a practice from your home for your athletes. I hope this bit of information is very helpful for you for this current season. And who knows, if you want to apply it for your next season, save the video, all right? Yes. All right, let's do it. Are we ready? We are ready. Okay, let's go. Number 5, boom, got my awesome numbers. Number 5 is save the date. Yes, save the date. I want you to find a day and time and stick with it. Consistency is key, all right? Parents are working from home. Kids across the United States have different school hours. Computers are very limited in the households right now. Understand that your practice might not necessarily be at the top of each household's priority, yeah? Connect with your athletes, connect with them, and find out what time, what day would work the best. Make your practices about 30 minutes to 1 hour, 1 to 2 times a week. I know it's probably less than what we're used to, but again, circumstances are different. So let's just go with it and try our best. Be mindful that you need to arrive 10 minutes early. Yeah, it's gonna be a virtual practice, but I want you guys to arrive 10 minutes early, and we'll kind of wrap back into that. So whatever time you set, make sure you can be there 10 minutes early. Consistency is key, and save that date every single week. All right, let's move on to number 4, understanding your environment. All right, so we are not practicing as a team of 15. We're not all together. We don't have the field. We don't have a gym. That's completely different now. We are practicing in our homes. So I need you to understand the environment. We are all at home. Some have 3 acres. Some are in an apartment. Keep mindful that not everyone has a space to run back and forth even, okay? So keep mindful of that. Best way to do this, I want you guys to consider that you have a practice space of a 6x3, of a rectangle, much like a yoga mat, okay? A beach towel, something like that. If you stick to that rectangle, you'll be able to get a lot done and your kids will be very successful. Let's move on to the next point. Prior to practice, I want you guys to send out a list of what kids will need during that practice. Will they need a chair for balance? Frozen water bottles. If you use frozen water bottles, they can actually be used as small weights. If you want to work out a little bit, they're each about 1 pound, and that's better than nothing. If you want them to get some books, if you want them to start in a doorway, you can use a doorway to stretch. If you want them possibly to find some steps, stairs, or books, just so that they can really stretch their splits. All these things within our home can be manipulated to make your practices better by knowing your environment. Yes? All right, think about your environment and just use it to the fullest. It's not our norm, but let's make it our normal. Yeah? Okay, let's move on to number 3. Number 3, planning for the practice. Yes? I want you guys to really plan these out and utilize your time. Yeah? When we're planning our practices, I said before, stick to like 30 minutes or 1 hour. I have actually typed up a 30-minute practice plan for you and an hour practice plan for you. They're either divided in 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and it's split up between warm-up, stretch, jumps, and then it can go into choreo. So if you're doing dance, you can do dance, or if you're doing cheer, you could do a cheer-style dance, and then at the very end, it's like a cool down. So I will post those on the Coaches Resource Center, and I hope that you guys apply them. So keep yourself really strict on that time. Because again, many kids might only have the 30 minutes, might only have the hour, and at that moment the hour is over, they've got to be done and mom has to take the computer. So stick with it, wear a watch, have a clock in front of you, whatever you gotta do, stay on time. Plan for the perfect practice. You might have this outline that I'm gonna put in the Coaches Resource Center, but plan for it. Okay, I wanna do these stretches. I wanna make sure I cover these jumps. This is my choreo. I'm gonna do it, teach it this quickly, and then we all get to perform it this many times. So think about how much time you are allowed. Plan each practice each week. All right, let's move on to number 2. Boom. So now you are all prepared. You've got your practice outline, you know your environment, you're ready to go. It is virtual practice go time. That is number 2. You're gonna hear me talk about this a lot because we live in a virtual world now. So go Facebook Live or Zoom it up. Those 2 ways of virtually meeting seem to be the most understandable for kids and the easiest to manage for them. Technology is our friend, and let's utilize it to the fullest. Additionally, I wanted to let you guys know this. I find this really, really useful, specifically on Facebook Live. You can make your own Facebook page specifically for your organization's practices. It's your hub. It's where the kids go every time where there's a practice. They know how to log in. They have an account. It's right there. Not only that, if you are letting your kids know what they might need for that practice, it's right there as well. You make your post, there it is, give the kids some time, and then boom, we're all logged on to Facebook Live on that Facebook page. I think that's super useful. Everyone knows where to go. Just wanted to throw that out there. Remember how I said to arrive 10 minutes early? This is gonna play into the virtual world right now. So I want you to be responsible in the fact that you're the first one there, you're the coach, and you are awesome. But there are things that are gonna happen. I don't want you just to be there, right, so that they see your face first. I want you to be ready to help. Kids might have some hard times logging on if they use Zoom. They don't know which button to press. They don't know how to turn that camera on. I know you guys all know what I'm talking about when the audio is off and you get in text messages and you're like, I'm on, I swear I'm on. You are there 10 minutes early to help them. And that way we all stay on time, right? Awesome. Okay, so let's see here. All right, so you've got that all covered, and your number 1 way to do the perfect practice is spread the cheer. Yes? I want you to end every single practice on a positive note. I'm a firm believer in that. I used to coach way back in the day, and my last 5 minutes, no matter how we were feeling, how we were doing, how successful the practice was, how scary the practice was, we always ended on a positive note. I wanted those kids to come back whenever the next practice was, feeling motivated and ready to go. And so apply this whenever, wherever in your life. But right now, make them feel loved, make them feel welcome, and make them want to come back to these types of practices. Ask them, each kid, what were you thankful for today? What was the best part of your day? Start a virtual huddle. I kind of love this idea. So start a virtual huddle. Have your kids make up a team chant. And in every practice with an idea, such as it can be a shelter or a safe at home kind of chant or cheer. That you guys are all going through this together, and include how the team is going to be resilient. Start a huddle, start a cheer that encompasses that, yeah? I think that'd be really awesome, leaving on that positive note always, and leading them into the rest of the week feeling uplifted. Raise their spirits. Take the time to raise their spirits right now. Okay, so those are your top 5 ways to run a practice. If you have any questions, let me know. I will post into the Coaches Resource Center the outline for the 30 minutes and the hour guideline for practices, for virtual practices. Your first time might be a little scary, but I promise once you get the hang of it, it's actually really fun. And to see your athletes' faces, it's gonna bring a huge smile to your face. So maybe you just wanna connect with your kids. Maybe you wanna run that practice. Maybe you wanna do a class, a free class. And these are all tools to make a successful practice. Okay, I hope you guys are doing wonderful, and don't forget to really spread that cheer. Next week, we're gonna kind of roll right into that and do the top 5 ways to raise your athlete spirits during this time. I'm really excited about that. I always believe in being positive and, like I said, ending on a positive note. So on that positive note, have a wonderful week, and I will see you guys next week. Have a great day, you guys.